Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about how the narcissist trains you how to treat them, so let's jump in. When you meet the narcissist, they take you through the love bomb phase. Of course, they're love bombing you because they're infatuated. And when they're love bombing you, you feel like this is the best feeling you ever had, that, this person's perfect for you because they're mirroring yourself back to you. What it does is it pulls you into your ego state completely, into your fleshly, emotional state so they can hijack it. Because if you stayed in your spirit man position, you would know you were being played. And you would be able to tactfully get out of this situation. Even if it was unbeknownst to you, you would do it. If you were in your true authentic self, you wouldn't have had allowed that to happen. But because you had childhood wounds, you allowed yourself to go into that complete emotional state. And they pump that ego up and tell you how good you should have been treated, and they're here to do that. They come in as the victim, but then they turn into the hero. Well, over time, after they gain your trust and you start to feel like you need to treat them that way because it's equal reciprocity, and you start to feel good about it. So you start to love bomb them, you serve them, you do all these things for them, they worship you, you worship them, and then they quit doing it, but then you continue to do it because the way they stop doing it is they start to find fault in you because you're getting into devalue mode, because now they know they got you hooked because you trusted them and you know you feel like they love you, so you let all your boundaries down. So now they start to implement all these little rules to isolate you, to get you walking on eggshells. They may have ranted or raged a couple times and you're trying to avoid those. So you start walking on eggshells, triple thinking before you say anything. And you're still trying to love bomb them, but they're not love bombing you anymore. They're just nitpicking at you. And then they may give you a little bit of love every once in a while. That's the hot and the cold. So that's them getting you trapped in the addiction, the trauma bond. It's a trauma bond because they give you a lot of trauma and then a little bit of comfort and then switch it up. And they will keep doing that to find out where you are and how they can just barely keep you on the hook, chasing them. Because now you're starting to feel like you don't have any worth, or you need to go through them to get validation because they're always indifferent towards you. And generally speaking, somebody in humanity used to getting some sort of validation for certain things, especially if you worked on a long, hard project for 12 hours and you did it for free. You would expect somebody to say you did a good job after, especially if you put a lot of quality and time into it, and they'll just look at it and walk away and nitpick at it. So you're constantly getting into this hunger for validation, but you're in your emotional state. Your emotional state's your ego. So you have many chances where you're going to start to react instead of responding because you're not in your higher self. And it also disconnects you from God because you need your spirit man, your innate true self, to utilize that and look at things more objectively. And you're not really doing that at this point. It's all emotional. You're looking at everything from an emotional state, not a logical state of mind. But see, they're not getting emotional. They don't have a whole lot of emotions. They just have anger, jealousy, and greed type emotions, sabotage and get back. So they'll start implementing those things as they project onto you all of their dirty deeds and suck your fuel as you accept it, because you're still trying to love bomb them. And then when they leave you, you will chase them and get caught up in a triangulation. And you'll fight for that person's love through triangulation, not even knowing who the other partner is. But when you get back to your true self and you learn that thinking from an emotional state is never going to keep you in good regulation or be good for you. So you need to think in a logical state of mind with balance. And generally speaking, only allow your emotions to be free for somebody you have truly vetted, and maybe just that one person, your main love partner, after you get out of this stuff with the narcissist. Someone who's not going to abuse your emotions. So you essentially become somebody walking an ego or wearing a mask as well once they come into your life, because they pull all your childhood issues or unhealed wounds out just like they walk in. But the whole thing is, you're regulating them when you're doing all this. You're flipping out and you're regulating them because you don't understand. But once you understand and you level that off and balance it out, you start thinking logical, then they're going to be unregulated and you will be the regulated one. But that's how it truly should be, because you should never expect to have to regulate somebody else's emotions. And that's what the narcissist has to have, somebody to regulate their emotions, because they cannot process all the evils they do because they're perfect. So they run from it and they go from one relationship to the next, chasing down new, fresh energy as an energy vampire, because they can't process any of those negative things they do. So they project them onto people and steal their energy until at some point it all catches up to them and causes a narcissist injury and leads to a narcissist collapse where they lose ultimately everything. So that's kind of how it works. They train you on how they want to be treated through the love bomb and then the devalue discard phase, and then through the triangulation. And then they'll circle back around when your energy is returned for the Hoover. Thanks for watching. If you can give me a like, subscription, or a thumbs up. I'll be all till next time. Peace, we out.